Today's headline dives into a topic that has exploded across message boards, live stream chats, and investor circles. Live RV testing. Hidden Iraqi dinar activity sparks major community attention. Whether you hold dinar, follow global currency discussions, or simply enjoy breaking down trending financial rumors, this is a story you'll want to hear from start to finish. The online dinar community has been buzzing with new claims that tests or behind-the-scenes activity might be taking place in banking systems. But before anyone jumps to conclusions, it's important to understand what's actually being said, where these ideas come from, and why they spread so quickly. In this report, we explore the sudden rise of these claims, the reactions across social media, and what experts say about interpreting such rumors responsibly. We also look at the psychology behind viral speculation, why certain stories catch fire, and how communities respond when uncertainty meets hope, especially after years of anticipation. Our goal today isn't to hype or dismiss anyone's beliefs, but to break down what's fueling this wave of attention, how people are interpreting the buzz, and what it means for anyone following the conversation. Stay with us, there's a lot to cover. Section 2: Community buzz, approximately equal to 190 words. The latest wave of online excitement began when various community channels started reporting unusual movements, screenshots, or claims of system pings that some interpreted as signs of testing. While none of these reports are verified, they spread rapidly because many holders have been waiting for years for any sign that the dinar could experience a major shift. In online forums, people began comparing notes, sharing their observations, and linking every small detail to something bigger. Some users suggested that certain back-end financial tools were behaving different, while others pointed to fluctuations they believed were abnormal. Again, none of this has been confirmed by any official source, but that hasn't stopped the discussions from gaining momentum. What's fascinating is how quickly one comment can turn into dozens of threads, videos, and reinterpretations across platforms. People who have followed the topic for a long time know that surges in rumors often come in cycles, but this latest rap has captured unusually strong attention, partly because it aligns with hopes that something might finally be moving. Whether the claims are accurate or not, the level of community engagement is undeniably high, and that's what we're breaking down today. One of the most interesting aspects of this surge is how financial rumors evolve, especially in communities built on long-term anticipation. When people follow something for many years, they naturally become sensitive to any perceived change. A single screenshot reel, misunderstood, or misinterpreted can rapidly turn into a theory that spreads across thousands of viewers. Psychologists who study online behavior say that groups with strong shared hope often amplify signals that match what they want to see. That doesn't make anyone foolish, it simply shows how human minds look for patterns during uncertainty. In the case of the dinar, the community has spent over a decade hearing mixed timelines, stalled reforms, policy debates, and shifting news from Iraq's financial sector. So when someone suggests that testing might be happening, the idea instantly resonates. People revisit old predictions, compare notes with friends, and start watching every new comment for clues. This creates a powerful feedback loop. The more people discuss it, the more real it feels, even if the original claim remains unverified. Understanding this dynamic is essential for approaching the conversation with clarity, balance, and grounded expectation. As the rumor cycle expanded, social platforms responded in predictable but fascinating ways. YouTube channels began posting reaction videos. TikTok creators turned the claim into quick breakdowns, and discussion forums saw a spike in daily traffic. Some creators approached the topic cautiously, reminding viewers that unverified claims should be treated with care. Others leaned heavily into the hype, presenting speculation as if it were breaking news. This variety of reactions is typical whenever a financial rumor catches traction online. The more dramatic the claim, the faster it spreads, and algorithms reward engagement, not accuracy. Many viewers rush to watch anything that suggests progress, even if the source is unclear. Meanwhile, more cautious voices try to counterbalance the excitement, urging people to rely on verified public information rather than hearsay. This clash of perspectives is part of what drives the conversation forward. Hype meets skepticism, hope meets caution, and in the middle sit thousands of people just trying to make sense of what they're hearing. The cycle repeats with every major rumor. But this one stands out due to the intensity of reactions across nearly every platform. Financial analysts who track currency markets emphasize that claims of hidden RV test or secret back-end activity fall outside the realm of documented monetary policy. They point out that official exchange rate changes, whether in Iraq or any other nation, are announced publicly by central banks or ministries of finance. There are no hidden revaluations or unannounced currency overhauls quietly tested in the background of global systems. Analysts caution that anyone interpreting unexplained data or tech glitches as proof of major financial events should be careful, because system fluctuations happen all the time without representing policy changes. However, experts do acknowledge that speculation around the dinar persists because Iraq's economy continues to evolve, and reforms do occasionally spark online discussion. The important distinction, they note, is separating legitimate economic news from unsupported claims circulating in closed groups. For responsible reporting, experts stress focusing on confirmed developments like public legislation, central bank announcements, or official currency to policy changes. Still, they understand why communities get excited. Hope is powerful, and after many years of anticipation, people interpret any new chatter as potentially meaningful. Despite years of uncertainty, delays, and shifting narratives, the dinar community remains one of the most active online groups discussing global currencies. Many holders say they stay engaged because they feel committed after years of following updates. Others simply enjoy the camaraderie of discussing theories and watching for signs together. There is a shared identity built around patience, resilience, and optimism. With every new rumor, whether realistic or not, the community experiences a fresh wave of energy. People come back to old channels, reconnect with longtime members, and revisit previous predictions. Even skeptics participate, offering counterpoints that keep discussions balanced. This collective behavior creates a cycle where the topic never fully fades. When a rumor like live RV testing appears, the excitement draws people in, even if they ultimately remain cautious. For many, the process of following the news is just as meaningful as the speculation itself. It's not simply about the outcome. It's about being part of a group that shares the same long-term interests. This social dynamic explains why rumors spread quickly and why engagement remains strong, even without official confirmation. As the hidden activity discussion continues, many responsible voices in the community are urging a grounded, balanced approach. They encourage people not to panic, not to assume extreme scenarios, and not to make financial decisions based solely on online chatter. Instead, they suggest using this moment as a reminder to stay organized, stay informed, and stay realistic. They also emphasize the importance of verifying information through official channels rather than relying on screenshots or vague claims without sources. For newer members of the community, seasoned followers often explain that similar rumors have risen many times throughout the years, and while the excitement is understandable, it's essential to keep expectations measured. Many people appreciate this steadying influence because it prevents confusion and maintains a healthier atmosphere within discussions. Responsible reporting and clear communication have ensured that the community remains strong, informed, and protected from misinformation. Whether someone believes the rumors or doubts them, approaching the conversation with critical thinking and patience benefits everyone involved. As we wrap up today's deep dive into the latest wave of speculation, one thing is clear: the phrase live RV testing, hidden Iraqi dinar activity, sparks major community attention, has captured the imagination of thousands across the internet. Whether the claims hold any truth is not supported by verified evidence, and reputable analysts stress that official currency actions are always announced publicly, not conducted in secret. But the attention surrounding these rumors tells us something important about the community itself. People remain hopeful, engaged, and eager for forward movement. The conversations reflect long-standing anticipation mixed with a desire for clarity. Even if today's claims turn out to be just another round of speculation, the community continues to show strong unity and interest. Watching how these discussions unfold provides insight into how online groups interpret data, react to uncertainty, and build narratives around shared expectation. As always, the best approach is staying informed, staying cautious, and relying on confirmed information rather than assumptions. Thank you for joining us for this analysis. And remember, balanced thinking is the strongest tool anyone can bring to discussions like these. The growing conversation around the phrase live RV testing has also revealed something important about how online communities interpret uncertainty. Many longtime followers explain that when a topic stretches over years, people begin reading meaning into every small shift. Whether it's a banking app glitch, a currency tracking screenshot, or an unexplained number someone posts in a chat, it becomes natural for people to piece these fragments together and imagine a larger pattern. In the case of the Iraqi dinar, this pattern building has become almost a tradition in itself. Members trade theories, compare timelines, and remind each other of past predictions that felt convincing at the time. What we're seeing now is part of that continuing tradition, people interpreting anything unusual as a potential signal. This doesn't mean the rumors are accurate, but it does show how deeply invested the community is in following every detail. It also shows why this rumor cycle became so big after so many years. Even the suggestion of behind-the-scenes activity feels exciting. The psychological pull is strong, and for many, staying engaged offers both entertainment and hope that something meaningful could one day happen. Another key factor driving the conversation is how easily misunderstanding spread when people interpret technical information without full context. For example, when someone shares a screenshot from a financial database or notices odd numbers on a currency tracking platform, it's common for others to treat those details as clues, even if they have nothing to do with Iraq's monetary policy. Financial platforms update constantly, often reflecting routine maintenance, data syncing, or unrelated adjustments. But to someone waiting years for a specific event, those mundane updates can feel like hints of something important. This dynamic happens in many communities centered around anticipated financial changes, not just with the dinar. It's a reminder that without official explanations, people often fill in the gaps with their own interpretation. This is why it's so important for viewers, listeners, and readers to approach new claims carefully and avoid treating speculation as fact. Still, it's understandable why people react strongly when hope meets uncertainty. Even small details can feel significant. This is why balanced sources play such an important role. They help filter the noise and prevent confusion from spreading unchecked. We also need to talk about the role of long-form discussions in shaping public perception. Many popular channels host multi-hour live streams where viewers exchange theories in real time. In these environments, ideas evolve quickly. One person mentions a rumor they heard, another adds their interpretation, and soon a simple comment becomes a larger narrative. These discussions aren't necessarily bad. They create community, offer a sense of connection, and allow people to feel like they're part of something bigger. But they also show how easily speculation can expand beyond its original context. When dozens of voices build on an unverified claim, it becomes increasingly difficult for new viewers to distinguish between fact, analysis, and pure theory. This is why many responsible hosts make an effort to repeat disclaimers and remind their audiences that nothing is confirmed. They know their words carry weight. They understand that viewers may take every detail seriously. This careful tone helps reduce misunderstandings, especially during moments of heightened excitement like the current rumor wave. Long-form conversations remain valuable, but only when paired with clarity, caution, and transparency about what is known and what is not. As these discussions continue, a growing number of community members have been calling for more critical thinking. They stress that while hope is valid, it should ne'er overshadow reality. Many point out that Iraq's government agencies, including its central bank, publicly release information when major monetary changes occur. These updates are available to everyone, not hidden, not secret, and certainly not dependent on private screenshots. Members encouraging caution explain that understanding this process actually helps protect people from disappointment. If you know that official changes must be announced publicly, you're less likely to fall for claims that something huge is happening in secret. These voices of reason remind the community that monetary reform takes planning, coordination, and publicly documented steps. Their goal isn't to discourage discussion, but to strengthen it by grounding it in realistic expectation. This balanced approach creates a healthier environment where people can still enjoy false news and rumors without putting themselves at risk of believing misinformation. By approaching the topic with both curiosity and skepticism, the community becomes stronger, more knowledgeable, and better prepared to navigate whatever discussions come next. Another layer of the conversation involves examining how economic news from Iraq is interpreted internationally. Any update, whether it relates to banking reforms, policy adjustments, Anti-corruption efforts or changes in trade relationships can trigger speculation that a larger shift might be coming, even when official announcements have nothing to do with revaluations or exchange rates. They sometimes get folded into larger dinar theories. This creates a unique situation where real news and speculative commentary blend together. People read legitimate headlines and then attach meaning far beyond the intended context. For example, if Iraq upgrades a digital payment system, some interpret it as a sign that bigger changes are imminent. If a new financial agreement is announced, others assume it indicates a shift in currency policy. These interpretations often reflect hope more than fact, but they show how engaged the community is. Many followers genuinely care about Iraq's economic progress and want to see the country grow. Understanding the difference between normal modernization efforts and major monetary changes helps keep the conversation grounded. It ensures that excitement stays healthy rather than drifting into unrealistic expectation. In addition to analyzing rumors themselves, it's also valuable to look at why the idea of hidden activity holds such strong appeal. For many, the concept of secret progress offers reassurance during long periods of waiting. When official updates are slow or limited, people naturally look for alternative explanation. The idea that something might be happening behind the scenes gives followers a sense of hope and a momentum, even when no official evidence supports it. This emotional aspect is important to acknowledge because it reveals that the conversation is not only about financial speculation, but also about the human desire for closure, progress, and resolution. Many people have held dinar for years, sometimes even decades. They've listened to countless predictions, followed a reshift in Iraq's economic landscape, and waded through multiple cycles of optimism and disappointment. In that context, rumors of hidden activity feel comforting. They offer the possibility that movement exists, even if it hasn't been publicly announced. Recognizing this emotional dimension helps us better understand why these rumor waves grew so large and why responsible communication is so important to prevent misunderstandings. Some community members have adopted a more analytical approach by focusing on patterns in rumor cycles over the years. They point out that every few months, a new wave of excitement emerges based on interpretations of unusual data, banking chatter, or unverified claims. These cycles follow a predictable pattern. A rumor spreads, people react, discussions intensify, skepticism grows, and eventually the excitement fades until the next wave arrives. By studying these cycles, experienced followers learn to pace themselves emotionally. They recognize that each surge in attention does not necessarily indicate real change, but rather reflects the community's ongoing interest. This perspective helps people stay calm and avoid impulsive reaction. It also encourages a more measured understanding of the topic. Many experienced members share this wisdom with newcomers, reminding them that patience and clear thinking are essential. This analytical perspective doesn't eliminate speculation, but it does create a more stable foundation for discussions. It helps people enjoy the conversation without feeling overwhelmed by every new rumor. In a topic filled with uncertainty, these steady voices play an important role in maintaining balance. At the same time, it's worth acknowledging that speculation itself serves an important social purpose. Many people enjoy tracking rumors, comparing notes, and imagining what could happen. These activities create a sense of connection, excitement, and shared purpose. They turn a complex financial topic into a community-driven experience. This is why conversations about live testing or hidden activity spread so quickly. They give people something to analyze together. They spark debate, encourage participation, and build energy around a topic that otherwise moves slowly. Even those who don't believe the rumors enjoy discussing them because the conversations are lively and engaging. This doesn't mean the rumors are accurate, but it explains why they draw attention. When a community has been waiting for many years, moments of excitement can feel refreshing. They remind people why they started following the topic in the first place. As long as participants understand that speculation is speculative and not confirmed, fact, it can be a harmless and an enjoyable part of the experience. The key is maintaining perspective and distinguishing entertainment from reality. Some viewers have also raised concerns about misinformation, noting that not all voices in the community approach the topic responsibly. A few content creators may exaggerate claims or present theories as if they are confirmed facts. This can mislead people who are new to the conversation or unfamiliar with how rumor cycles work. To address this issue, many responsible channels emphasize transparency. They identify when they're discussing confirmed news, when they're offering analysis, and when they are addressing pure speculation. This clarity helps protect viewers from confusion. It also raises the overall quality of discussion by encouraging accuracy and honesty. Some creators even debunk misleading claims to help prevent misinformation from spreading. This balance between excitement and responsibility is important because it ensures that the community remains informed rather than misled. Misinformation can cause unnecessary stress or unrealistic expectations. It's positive to see many creators taking the time to communicate clearly. As the latest rumor wave continues, this emphasis on accurate information remains essential. As people navigate the current spike in attention, one recurring theme is the importance of emotional management. Financial speculation can be stressful, especially when it involves long-term hopes. Many holders express feelings of frustration, exhaustion, or skepticism after years of waiting. These emotions are normal, but rumor waves can intensify them. When excitement rises, people often shift between optimism and doubt very quickly. Some even feel pressured to believe certain claims because the community is buzzing. This emotional roller coaster is understandable but can be draining. To maintain balance, seasoned community members often suggest taking breaks from discussions, focus on everyday life, and treating rumors as background noise rather than life-changing events. They remind others that no unofficial claim, no matter how exciting, should dictate their mood or decision. By grounding themselves emotionally, people stay healthier and more resilient. This perspective helps them enjoy the community without being swept away by every new rumor. Emotional stability is just as important as financial caution, and both help create a more positive environment for everyone. Another important perspective focuses on education. Many followers use these rumor waves as opportunities to learn more about how currencies actually work. They study how central banks operate, how exchange rates are set, and how international economics influence national monetary decisions. This educational approach helps people distinguish between realistic possibilities and exaggerated claims. It also empowers them to analyze news more effectively. When you understand the mechanics of currency policy, you are less likely to be swayed by unsupported theories. This approach turns speculation into a learning experience rather than a source of stress. Many channels now offer basic explanations of how foreign exchange markets function, how inflation affects currency value, and how government decisions shape monetary policy. These educational efforts make the community stronger and more informed. They help shift the conversation from blind speculation to thoughtful analysis. Even if someone is primarily interested in the dinar because of future hopes, learning how currencies work offers long-term benefits. It builds financial awareness, improves decision-making, and encourages more responsible participation in discussions. As we continue exploring this topic, it's also clear that transparency for content creators plays a major role in shaping the tone of the conversation. When hosts clearly differentiate between facts and theories, the community thrives. People feel more confident discussing ideas when they know the boundaries between confirmed information and speculation. On the other hand, when videos or posts imply certainty where none exists, confusion spreads quickly. This is why viewers often appreciate creators who emphasize responsible communication. They want presenters who outline what is known, what is unknown, and what is simply being talked about online. This clarity helps everyone stay grounded, especially newcomers who may not understand the long history of dinar rumors. Transparent communication also reduces frustration because it prevents people from building expectations on unsupported claims. In a community where anticipation runs high, trust is incredibly important. When presenters communicate with honesty, viewers feel respected and informed. This builds a healthier environment where conversations can remain engaging without drifting into misinformation. Looking at the big picture, the current attention around hidden activity shows how deeply connected the community is to this topic. Even years after early speculation began, people remain engaged, hopeful, and willing to analyze every detail. This long-term commitment is unusual and speaks to the emotional weight people attach to the dinar. For many, it represents more than a currency. It symbolizes the possibility of change, opportunity, or closure. That's why rumors spark such strong reactions. They tap into years of anticipation and create a sense of collective momentum. Whether or not the rumors prove true, the discussions reflect genuine interest and dedication. Observing these dynamics reminds us how powerful community engagement can be. It also highlights the importance of staying informed and grounded, even when conversations become intense. Keeping a clear perspective ensures that people can participate without being overwhelmed. As the rumor cycle continues, this balanced approach will remain essential. It helps people enjoy the topic, learn from it, and stay connected without losing sight of reality. As we conclude this extended analysis, it's clear that the phrase live RV testing, hidden Iraqi dinar activity sparks major community attention. Captures more than just a rumor, it reflects the psychology, passion, and long-term engagement of a global community. While there is no verified evidence supporting claims a hidden revaluation test or secret banking activity, the discussions themselves reveal important insights. They show how people interpret uncertainty, how communities generate meaning, how hope shapes conversations over time. They also highlight the value of responsible communication, critical thinking, and emotional balance. Whether you follow the dinar for news, analysis, or community connection, understanding these dynamics helps you navigate the conversation with clarity and confidence. The purpose of this report is not to promote speculation, but to explain why this rumor wave became so large, how people are reacting, and what lessons can be taken from the experience. As always, staying informed, staying cautious, and separating fact from theory remains the best approach. Thank you for joining this in-depth discussion. And remember, engaging with financial rumors responsibly protects both your understanding and your peace of mind.